What's going on, everyone? That guy over there, his name is Chris. As you can see him right there.
How's it going?
He's the detailer of Windmill Auto Sales, and he works here with me. And today we're going to be working on a Tesla Model 3. As you can see, it's a 2019, and we're going to be doing the rear bumper. As you can see right here, guys, it's got all those scratches, and it actually got cracked. So we're going to see how we're going to be repairing that. We'll probably have to take it all out, completely dismantle it, and we're gonna go on with the process of doing so, getting the fix on this bumper. So we'll go step by step on it, and I'll show you guys how we get this done. So check this out. Okay guys, so now the idea is to right now sand it down. We're gonna put down 220 grit on this DA that I have here. So let's get to it and see how it turns out. I'm gonna sand it down all the way down and take all the scratches out, and then we're gonna high build primer, and then we'll seal it and then put the base on it. Let's see how it turns out. Don't know if you can see it after sanding it. That's almost like down to the plastic there, but you can still see some of the scratches. So the idea is to bring it down as much as we can. Bring down the scratches as much as we can here. And then, if it's still there, that's okay. We can still fill it up after with just, some regular putty, and see, that we cover all the scratches. Once we do that, then we put the high build primer, and that should do it. That should clear everything. So let's continue here. In here we have what they call a spider cracking there, but hopefully it's not into the plastic. It's just enough, that it will be on the paint. So we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so now that we have it all sanded down where we needed to fix all the scratches, it's all sanded down as you can see. We're going to be, in places like that, we're going to be filling it with putty. And what we use for putty, we use the polyester putty. As you can see right there, those lines, we just can't really get to it because it's right on the groove right there. So we're gonna do our best to fill it with the putty. We do our best there, and then we sand it down once again after it dries out, and then after that with high build primer, and that should be able to cover that, all the imperfections that you see there. So I'll show you later on what it looks like once we sand it down,
and then we'll go from there. So now that the putty is on, we'll just wait for it to dry. And this is basically what I had to do, just to fill all the scratches, imperfections that I could see. Not very much really, but that's what I had to do, really, to just basically get away with all the scratches that we saw on this bumper. We'll let it dry, and then we'll sand it down, and then we're ready to high build primer. So stay tuned. So this is what it looks like after we filled it. As you can see there, we filled all the imperfections that you saw on the bumper at the beginning. All the scratches are filled now, sanded down. Now we just have to prime it. So yeah, it's all there now, guys, sanded down. So let's get on with the primer now. So I just want to show you how cold it is in this tent that I'm going to be painting here. I just want to show you here really quick for you to see. It is like 2 degrees right now, and so we're going to try our best to do this paint job on this bumper, and so we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, so now we're about to get to paint this bumper here. I just want to show you here, I already primed it. I had to get going with the primer before I even get to film this bumper here with the process of how to do it, but I'm pretty sure that you guys as a painter know what to do with these things. So I did have some technical difficulties with the recording, and so because of that I had to get going with this project here. So basically I just, you know, I don't know if you can see the transition here. Before all of this was, you know, prepped, I filled all the scratches in there, in this area there, and so after that I primed it. And so I don't know if you can see the transition there. Before, this is the original paint, that's the bumper in here. All of this area is being primed, and so all the way up to here, as you can see. And so then after that I just basically scuffed it 400, 600, and then basically we're just ready to paint it now. So let's get on with the base coat on this. It's ready to go, and so hopefully it will turn out. Okay guys, so now we're about to paint. We're gonna tack rag it. Normally I don't actually use these tack rags just because I never had to, but since I have it, why not? We're gonna use it. Basically just gonna make sure that we get all the dust, if there is any dust. And so let's go over it, you know. Try to get as much as we can if there is any dust. And that's it. Now we're about to get going here with the paint. Now, let me just put my mask on. Now let's do this. So basically here guys, what I've done here, I just basically sprayed right where the primer was, where I put the primer. I didn't go over this. Maybe the overspray will get there a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not concerned about that, because in the end I'm gonna go over it. So, but the main idea is I just want to cover first where I primed. We're gonna let it tack off a little bit here. Once it tacks off a little bit, then we're gonna go over it a little bit more, trying to kind of blend it in more, and in the edges here as well. So that's what I've done on the first coat. So we're gonna get on with the second coat, and like I said, I'm just gonna go over a little bit more and go from there.
we let it tack off there, guys. It's well covered now with the second coat, and let it dry. Give it enough time before we clear. We're about to do the clear on this piece. We're gonna tack rag it just before we apply the clear. Just want to give you a little hint on what I always do on pieces like this. When I tack rag, as you saw me going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, normally you basically pick up the dirt. If there is any dirt on the surface, you pick up the dirt and then bring it to the other end and then just continue doing this. But in the end, really, if there's any dirt, the dirt will still be on the surface. So what I like to do is at the very end, just before I actually apply my clear, I like to go from one end to the other, all the way. So I would start from up top, such like this, and then go 1 or 3 passes, like that. Just because I just want to make sure, you know, that I'm taking all the dirt, if there's any, like I said, on the surface, just do it that way. So I know if there's anything on it, it will just fall off surface, just like that. And that's it. So now we're ready to clear, and let's do this. Let that sit there for, in this case I'm going to give it maybe like even up to 15 minutes, just because it's really cold in here. So, see how it goes, guys. Okay guys, now we'll go for the second coat. Looks really good, guys. So we'll let it sit there, and yeah, let it dry, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna turn out really beautiful. So let me show you guys what it looks like after we apply the clear on it. Look at this beautiful finish that we have on it. Just superb. And unfortunately, I got a speck of dirt right there that I'm gonna have to, in this case, we're gonna have to see how we can clear, take that off. We're gonna have to buff it out somehow. And but look at the shine on it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Just amazing shine. And I want to show you guys the kind of clear that I use, just so you know what to use if you ever want to
apply this clear here. Let me show you really quick. This is your clear right there, and you're supposed to use this kind of hardener for it, and it's supposed to be, the mixture is supposed to be 4-to-1 on the mixture. So it's a beautiful clear. The only thing that I found with this clear, guys, is if you don't know how to apply it, you know, like with you know, just basically have a good technique, you know, every time you apply your clear. For some reason on this one, I find it to be a little more tricky than the other one that I normally use. But regardless, I mean, it's just clear, right? You just gotta know how to apply it. And if you know how to apply it, guys, you get a nice finish on your surface. So there you have it, guys. This is what I used. Hope you, you know, enjoy this video. And hopefully it was something that you learned from. I know I did not take you, like I said, step by step into the process of it as I would have liked to, but in any case, we did what we had to do, and it's a beautiful result. This is what the bumper looks like once we put it all together. Beautiful match to that. So there you have it. So as always, guys, you know, just subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, share it with others that are trying to learn as well. There's many people out there that, believe it or not, that are trying to learn this trade. But you know, if we don't share our knowledge, you know, with others, they will never learn. So if you got the chance, share it with others, and you know, it will be helpful for someone out there that is trying to get into this trade. It's a beautiful finish. So thumbs up. See you next time.